eye here are the murals inside its boundary wall, elaborate recreations of Kerala's traditional painting styles depicting various stories and events from history and mythology. On display within the museum are models of temple architecture as well as various items used in folk dances and other aspects of popular culture, many of which are seen in cultural processions during the Pooram. Also seen here are various household items made of wood, metal and even bamboo. The highlight of the museum is its collection of paintings, again featuring the state's rich culture. Thrissur has a third museum dedicated to history, one that is sometimes overlooked. Not because it lies in some obscure place but because it is within the zoo complex. Apart from local culture, this museum also contains a display of the region's animal life. But its standout feature is a stone in its precincts, a memorial stone erected over a century ago, a stone that debunks the martial race theory of the British Indian Army. This stone speaks of 200 men from Thrissur who went to fight in World War I. Thankfully, it has no mention of any who did not make it back. Back to temples, the Vadakkumnathan is one of 108 iconic Shiva temples along this magical coastline. Given how prosperous this region has been, it is natural that the temples have been modified and many times over at that. If one were to try and understand what a Shiva shrine in Kerala could have looked like in its original shape and form, a journey out of Thrissur is necessary. A 4-hour drive southwards brings a visitor to Kaviyur, near Tiruvalla in Pathanamthitta district. Here on a rocky hill is a shrine that dates to the 8th-9th century CE period. One climbs a flight of steps and reaches a ledge. Carved into rock on one side is a cave shrine. Within is an ardhamandapa with a doorway inside. Flanking this doorway are two huge dwarpalas. One of these life-size figures stands with his hands folded as if waiting for a call from his master within. The other one is leaning on what seems to be a mace. On either side of this ardhamandapa, on its northern and southern walls, are two more carved figures albeit less intimidating. One is a Ganesha seated on a pedestal while the other is a standing sage. Going past the dwarpalas, one finds an inner sanctum. Inside is a huge Shiva linga. The entire temple, the inner sanctum as well as the ardhamandapa are carved out of a single rock. This monolithic rock art shrine reminds a visitor of Pallava architecture, the kind of which is seen in Mahabalipuram. It is a delight to see a lamplit inside the inner sanctum indicating that the temple is not mothballed into irrelevance. While the Kaviyur Shiva temple may not have a Pooram of its own, the Travancore Devasam board conducts a morning puja ritual each day. And thus, another ancient tradition of Kerala continues.